hour, again the next one. If we do just a little bit at a time, it's way better than if we are, if we do a little bit at a time, it's way better than if we're taking these very sporadic breaks. All right, okay. So next slide here, please. Let's talk about what I like to call the 4 pillars of fitness. What kind of makes up our fitness? So what makes up fitness is our strength, right? So that is what helps us to lift, carry, protect our bones, our joints, our muscles. That's what strength is. So when we're thinking about exercises, those are what we're thinking about. And I'm going to get you guys to give me some examples in a second. Cardio. So now we're talking about our heart, our lungs, our endurance. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about cardio, okay? So we're talking about elevating our heart rate, elevating our breathing rate when we're talking about cardio. Mobility is how we move, right? How our joints move, how open we are, how loose we are. That's what we're talking about when we're talking about mobility, range of motions, those types of things. And then balance. This is what helps us to reduce our risk of falling, right? How can we control our body through space and time? So this is basically our foundation of fitness. So when you are doing your fitness routine, you want to make sure that you have every one of these pillars in your fitness routine. So for those who are saying that it's like can be complicated or you don't know where to start, this is a perfect place to start. It's making sure that you can do something that falls into the strength category, something that falls into the cardio category, something that falls into mobility, and something that falls into balance. Okay? Next slide here, please. So, let's do a little bit of exercise show and tell. I have a 10-pound dumbbell here. I have a resistance band, and I have a skipping rope. Okay? So, let's get 2 volunteers who can show me a cardio exercise with anything that we have here. And you can just do it in your body weight too. Don't be shy. Come on, 2. I hear a lot of talking, but no movement. Okay, perfect. So, you're going to show us cardio. It can be with anything that's on the stage, or it could be just with your body. Okay? All right, so what would cardio be? You want to see it? Yeah. That's good. So she's doing a skip. Yeah. And what's another one? Very nice. Thank you. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Okay, great. Can we get 2 people to show us, whether it's with your body weight or with anything that we have up front, that can show us? Yeah, I see one hand. Yeah.
So you can use any of those things to show.
Oh, we got it. It's good. You know why it's good that we have a little bit more? Because some people said they don't know where to start. So we're getting to see some exercises. All right, you can use your body weight or anything that's at the front. Nice, we got some nice curls. We like it. Yes, great. I hope you're taking those of us who know what to do. We're getting to a plethora of movement. Okay? And for strength, it's not the best thing, but it's kind of considered it. Nice. So, skipping can be strength and cardio. Obviously, because it's over a length of time, it falls a little bit more into cardio. But the jumping against the ground with our calf muscles, so you will get some strength in there as well. Also a little bit of mobility for the shoulders. So he kind of hit all 3 for us. Thank you. Let's give those guys a round of applause. Okay, this is a little tougher. Who can show us balance? Balance. Pistol squats. Fantastic. Good, good. That's amazing. Those are all great. All fantastic. Okay. And the last one is mobility. So who can show us what mobility looks like? So this is kind of moving your joints around that range of motion, increasing your flexibility. What does mobility look like? At the same time. As you work on your mobility, if you're having trouble with like a squat or something like that, you'll notice that the more you do it, that range of motion will come. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Awesome. Very nice, very nice. Be able to move the spine in different directions. Good. And strength and mobility sometimes go hand, or not sometimes, a lot of times, thank you, go hand in hand, because as you strengthen, you do increase that mobility. Thank you so much. Let's give our volunteers that round of applause. Thank you. That was great. That was great. Next slide here, please. So when we work, think about building a workout, we kind of want to have a couple of components. Now, this is what I have on the screen, but not all of this you need to do in the same day. The only two that you need to do every day is the warm-up and the cool-down. You might separate your strength, you might separate your cardio, depending on the day. So I want to throw a question out to you guys. If we're warming up, should we be doing like a static stretch? Should we be doing like maybe a couple of minutes on the bike? Should we be doing a light run? What's the best way to warm up or an exercise? Some people say stretch and some people say move. If you think you should do a static stretch, so I'm talking about this for your warm up, raise your hand. Okay? And if you think you should do something that's a little bit more movement, dynamic warm up, circles, hip openers, on the bike, things of that nature, raise your hand. The second half is correct. We actually want to warm up the body before we work out, and hence the name warm up. So static stretching doesn't really warm up the body, right? So you're stretching the muscle, but you're not warm. And I'm a because all I see every day is injuries. And a lot of injuries come because people are not warming up. They're just jumping right into the workout. So you actually want your bones, joints, your heart rate to be up a little bit in your workout. So whether that's a light jog, whether that's 5 minutes on the bike, whether that's something that's a little bit more like a dynamic warm-up, you want to move your body the way you're going to move it in the exercise when you're warming up. So think of your warm-up as literally getting warm, right? You want your body to get warm. Next part of the workout routine is the strength has to be there. Strength is so important. It protects our bones, it protects it gives us longevity, it makes us strong, it helps us to lift, carry, move. So we want to have strength. If you're going to break that up into upper body one day, lower body another day, core another day, that is fine, but you want to make sure that you're getting strength in every area of your body. And then as a basic rule, we want to make sure that we're not working the same muscle groups 2 days. So one of the ways that we actually build muscle is when we exercise, our body tears our muscles a little bit. As we rest, the body says, oh, we're going to put down a little bit more muscle. That's how our muscle gets stronger. So we want that rest period in between your strengths. Right? Cardio, I hate running. Like, you have to chase me to run. But cardio is really important, right? Our lungs, our heart, our cardiovascular system is really important. So making sure you are getting some form of cardio is going to be really, really important. Any questions on like building a workout routine? Anything like that? That'll kind of make sense? Okay, very good. Okay, so we're doing pretty good for time. Okay, so we're gonna move. All right, so we're gonna get everyone to stand up. Thank you. Okay, so I know that we are limited for space. So do what you can. I'm not expecting you to do a full workout here, but I do want us to be sitting for a little bit. Let's get our bodies moving, okay? So I'm gonna put the mic around now. Okay, I'll try to hold the mic. We're gonna start with our warm-up. We're gonna have some strength in there. We're gonna have some balance in there. And we'll have some mobility in there. All right, we're ready? Perfect. Okay, let's start with just walking on the spot. Very high knees. Bring your knees high. Good. Keep going, and we're going 10. 9. If you want to turn it into a run, you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. We are going into arm circles. I know it might be a little step forward, step back. Good. Both sides at the same time, and we're going 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. This one might be a little tougher, so try to spread out. We want to open the hips because we're going to squat today, okay? So opening the hips, hip circles. 1, 2, 3. You guys, yes, you can come forward to get some space. Good. 5, 6, yes, it's 5. 4, keep going. 3, 2, 1. Switch sides, and we're going 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. We're feeling a little warmer. Very good. Okay. We are going to do some squats. So when it comes to your squats, you can do it if you are just beginning with a chair. Okay? I want you to think of a squat as literally sitting down and standing up. So one thing I want to do, when you want to continue to use the bathroom independently, you need to squat. Because it literally is sitting down and standing up. And we don't realize how important these things are until you can't do them. Okay? So if you're just starting, maybe a squat doesn't feel comfortable, I want you to sit down and I want you to sit up. If you feel a little bit more comfortable with squat, literally do a squat. Okay? There's no room at the front for anybody who wants to come forward. Alright, here we go. We're going to count together, so I want to hear everybody count. We're going to do 10. We're counting together. Here we go. And 1. Thank you. 2. Thank you. 3. Nice. 4. Thank you. 5. Thank you. 6. Very nice. 7. 8. 9. Beautiful. You know, we give ourselves a round of applause. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. We're not done. All right. We're going to do a little bit of core and balance, okay? So when you think about your core, hello. Thank you. When you think about your core is basically what protects your spine, what helps you to be upright. So it needs to be really strong. So we're going to do some standing marches. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys. Hands up. Nice. Core is tight. So when I say core is tight, if someone was coming to punch you in your stomach, hopefully no one's doing that, how would you brace for impact? Okay? And we're marching. Okay? Marching. Okay? All right, so pause. We're going to go together. Okay? We're going to do 5. Each leg is 1. All right? Hands straight up. Core nice and tight. And breathe. Don't hold your breath. Here we go. This is 1. Good. Now we're at 2. And we're at 3. Keep the core tight. 4. Nice. 5. Very good. Okay. For those of us who are feeling a little ambitious, space may not allow for it, but I wanted to throw in an upper body, a tricep. Okay? So.
Do you need me to hold the mic? Do you need me to hold the mic for you?
On your chair, you're going to walk your body forward. We're dipping down and coming up. Dipping down and coming up. Okay? Can we count together? We're going to do 10. Okay? Yes, so I like this up front. Hey, are we ready? Here we go.
That one is so hard.
Count together and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job, good job, good job, good job. Okay, let's stretch it out. All right, let's stretch it out. Very good, you guys did amazing. You can bring one leg up. Stretch through finger 5. Hold it 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Other side. 10, 9, 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's stretch out our triceps. Very good. Round of applause. Good job, everybody. That was great. That was great. You can be seated. So, I just want to leave you with some final points. Whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it for the glory of God, right? So, if we're moving to the glory of God. We're moving to honor our bodies. And just take a look at the points of consistency is key. If you're looking to find a fitness routine, making sure it has those components of strength, cardio, mobility, and balance, and start somewhere. It doesn't have to be grand. We're not all going to be powerlifters. We're not all going to be marathon runners. But start where you are. Something small is always going to be more than
We just wanted to record.
do you have any questions? Do you have any questions? What's that you doing? It's about like food, what to eat, like for kind of something around eating. Yeah, great question. So ideally, what we're eating for the main part of our diet are whole foods, right? So we're talking about when it comes to our proteins, complex carbs, good fats. That is what we want to be eating. So proteins are going to be our chicken, steak, fish, all those things. If you are not a meat eater, if you're vegetarian or vegan, we're talking about things like legumes, beans. Those are all proteins coming from whole foods. So not. It's impossible to avoid processed foods altogether, but processed food shouldn't be the bulk of what we're eating. Same things when it comes to your fruits and your vegetables, same things when it comes to your carbs. Carbs are not bad. Our body uses glucose, our body uses carbs for us to move. It's the type of carbs and how much that we're eating. Yes, yeah.
I have a question. Okay, so my question is, what is the
a good, that's a good workout.
So my question was, what is the appropriate portion for carbs, specifically swallow on rice?
Stir in the pot. That's a good question.
On one plate, on one plate, okay? One, you know like the one that you, the one, the swallow, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? That's the swallow. In the 1 pack, 2 packs, 1 pack, 1 pack. I get bread, some rice, 1 loaf. Like, I don't think that's healthy. I don't know, like, what is the program saying? That that's not healthy, that's not healthy around, but it's one of the definitely. So, this is how much you're supposed to be eating.
Yeah, so that's a great question because I think we'd say most of us are Nigerian here, so that's a very good question. Your carbs should not be take up the most space on your plate, right? So we want to start with our fruits and vegetables being at least half of the plate. So let's say you're eating apple, so that should be half of the plate. You want the carbs to be about a quarter. So if you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, you probably need another plate now for your food. So when we're talking about the balance, fruits, vegetables, half of the plate. Start right there. Fill half of the plate with your fruits and your vegetables first, and then go from there. And use regular sized plates so that you're not using big plate and now Thank you guys.
Okay, my question is like, I don't know how to put this, but like, I don't know if there's like a lot of Nigerians. I'm sure that there's a lot of good amount of Nigerians here. But like, as like what we eat, everything in general, we eat like a lot of oil and stuff like that. And so like, how are we supposed to go about that? Because like, it's not easy to like just like change the whole routine like the next day and start doing like avocado toast and stuff like that.
That's a great question. So the first thing I want to start with is our food is not bad food. Don't let anyone tell you that Nigerian food is unhealthy, it's bad food. Right? We need to just start eating pounded yam and stew and goose. We need to just start eating that yesterday. Right? Can there be changes that we can make to make it healthier? Absolutely. You don't need an inch layer of oil at the top of the stew. Palm oil is sweet, palm oil is sweet, I know. I enjoy cooking with it as well. But everything in moderation. That is the biggest thing. And if you really do think about it, we have a very rich and nutritious diet or food as Nigerians, right? Like melon seed that we're using for juice is very good. Spinach in apple is very good. It's more cutting back on our swallows, our carbs, our rice, and filling it up with other things. So don't let anyone tell you that Nigerian food is bad or it's not nutritious. It's not. We can cut back on the oil, we can cut back on our sodium, for sure, but you can still eat the food, your cultural foods, and in a healthy way. Absolutely you can.
So, going back to Yami's question, since technically there's...
Mic is off.
Going back to the original Samuel question, so technically since there's tomato, there's okra is a vegetable as well, and there's meat, and there's Samuel, will that technically be a balanced diet?
In that one plate, that's actually pretty balanced.
It would be a balanced diet because the Samuel, the carbs, the okra, the tomato side,
And the protein.
and the protein, right?
It's not a balanced diet if they're half or more than half of the plate is the swallow. Right? So it's the proportion. It's not the food itself. So that's what I want us to think about. It's not the food itself that makes it unbalanced. So don't let anybody tell you that Nigerian food is unbalanced. It's the proportions that are unbalanced. We'll take a couple more questions. Okay, one, I think there's he's been holding his hand up, so let's do this side and then we'll come to this side. And I see Mr. Rachel.
I personally like to think that I haven't been diarrhea, so now I want to know that, like, is there such thing as too much diarrhea?
It's a great question. So diarrhea is cassava, right? So it is hard. So if all you're eating is diarrhea, I would definitely think that you need a little bit more. If your diet is sweet, I understand. But maybe we're pairing it with some wine, and then we're getting our protein. We're still getting the diarrhea, but yeah, if you're only having it now, you're adding sugar, now you're adding ground nut, now you're adding, it's becoming much, right? So it can be the only thing, but you don't have to take it away from your diet.
When it comes to working out, are there any health benefits to working out in the morning versus working out in the afternoon or the night, or is it all the same?
That's a really good question. So in terms of health benefits, let me break down from here. One, I think one of the benefits of working out in the morning is just the ability of getting it out the way. A lot of times we're talking about busyness, we say you're going to do it in the afternoon, something comes up, the workout is an easy way to just say, okay, if I have to make up time, I'm going to cancel my workout. So I do like the mornings because you can just get it done and it's out of the way. With nighttime, the only thing that you have to be careful about is how close you're working out to sleep, because being too wired after workout can actually make it a little bit difficult to sleep. So at the right time, exercise actually does help with better sleep, but working out too close to bedtime actually would make it a little bit harder to sleep. So that's the only thing I would say. So I would say at least if you know you're going to work out at 9 o'clock but you want to go to bed for 10, you might want to move that workout up a little bit. I think on this side. Oh, sorry.
Okay, so I was wondering, like, how do you stay after staying disciplined with my diet? Because I feel like it's the days I'm like, okay, I'm put down the rice, I'm put down all the food. It's the same day my mom wants to make pounded yam, and for we see all the good food, it's like she doesn't make, and then like I'm obviously gonna eat it, and then it's like tomorrow, and this one.
Yeah. So a couple of things you can do. One is to prepare. Like if you don't have anything prepared to eat and mom is making jollof rice, it's the jollof rice that's gonna win. You don't have anything to replace it with. And again, not that this is bad, but if you have specific health goals, the preparation is truly key. Like again, I know that sounds cliche, but preparing your meals is really, really important. The other thing is, if you do want to enjoy those foods, again, you can, it's just the proportion. So if we have some sort of specific health goals that we're going to have, maybe we're doing 1 cup of rice, right? And we're not doing 2 or 3 scoops. Also, 1 cup of rice adds up really quickly. So if we're using our serving spoons and we're going like this, 1 cup of rice adds up quite quickly. So again, not that we can't have those things, but that we're doing it in a little bit of moderation, and that you're preparing yourself beforehand. Because it's really, like they say, that don't go grocery shopping when you're hungry. It's not when you're hungry that you want to start making decisions on what you're going to eat. Let's take a couple more and then.
Thank you, Dr. Cassandra. Now, regarding the 4 pillars of fitness, like strength, cardio, mobility, and balance, I know maybe it's today a little bit difficult, but are there exercises that you can recommend that has a combination of this? So, I mean, I don't know, like the swimming, cover, all of that. Are there
Yeah, that's actually a very, very good question. There's a lot of exercises. We saw some of them at the front, where one exercise kind of could fall into different categories. So you did ask about swimming. Swimming is a great one. It does cover a bunch because you're working against the resistance of the water. You're getting your cardio in. It's a great core workout. The strength probably is what leads into the balance for swimming. But yeah, so that would definitely. Running actually covers a couple of those as well. And then when it comes to kind of like multi-body part movement, so like if we're doing the young man that did the pistol squat for us. So So we got the strength there, we got some mobility there, we got some balance there. So a lot of exercises will fall under multiple categories. Yeah, for sure. And then let's do one more at the back.
Good morning. Thank you for your insight. So we were talking about balancing our foods, specifically cultural food. Can you give us tips on preparation? Because I've heard of not boiling the water with the foil, don't do this, don't do that, don't use this oil, use this oil. So can you give us some tips when it comes to preparing these foods so they're safe for us?
Yeah, that's a great question. Okay, so I'm gonna say it in 2 ways. One, if you want to be true to Nigerian food, then you can still be true to Nigerian food. I think the 2 areas where we need to modify is 1, the oil, and 2, the salt. So if you're going to prepare stew and you're using Maggi cube and then you're still using salt and then you're still using MSG, it doesn't need all of that, right? And then on top of it, you still boil the meat and then now you put the stock from the meat in the stew. How many levels of salt at that point do you need? And it's almost going to be a little bit of retraining taste buds, right? Because we have got used, we're a very salty society, so we've gotten really used to salt. And now, and to sugar, so now when we taste something that doesn't have a sauce, oh, it's not sweet, it doesn't taste good. But it's like, no, we have to kind of retrain those taste buds. So on that front, I would say the 2 biggest modifications we can make is the oil. We don't need a layer of oil on top of the stew. I know it looks good, and you know the meat is bubbling. That layer of oil can come down. And then the salt. The second part to that question is now, if you want to, my mom said this new age cooking, if you want to now do alternatives, and we all have interactions, there are a lot of alternatives. I don't know if you're seeing people using eggplants, you're seeing, yes, right? So there's a lot of other alternatives now that you can use to make swallow. So that's another one that you can also use. I see like the bulgari jollof. Is it going to taste exactly the same? Obviously not. But you are getting some of those health benefits in return. So we can do modifications as in swapping out quote unquote healthier options or modifications in terms of how we're preparing the meal. Okay. One more question and then we'll go wrap it up.
Are there healthy oils that we can use, like examples of healthy oils?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. There are definitely healthier oils that we can use. So in our house, we cook with olive oil. You can cook with avocado oil. People who use coconut oil. So there are definitely healthier options that you can use that will make your meal generally healthier as well. So that's a great question. Do we have any questions? One more over here.
Adding to my workout questions from earlier, when it comes to eating like supplements and like you should eat before or after your workout, is it better to eat before or after your workout, or does that not matter either? And then what are some good supplements that people do? Because I've heard people say that creatine is really good to use for workouts, but do you actually do it?
This is a fantastic question. I'm so happy to answer this question. So one of the biggest things first, so supplements are literally called supplements because they're supposed to supplement. So we shouldn't be getting all of our nutrition from supplements. We want to be getting it from whole foods. So that is the first thing I want to say. Supplements are an addition to, right? They're not the first. So if you're drinking a green juice in the morning, the green powder and all of that stuff, but you're not picking up any actual fruits and vegetables, it's that we have it backwards. So the supplements should be just supplementing what we may not be getting in our diet. And that's why when we're talking about diet, so we need to start with whole foods. Because if you start with whole foods, chances are you're going to get most of what you need through diet. Unless you have some sort of like absorption issue where you can, and then that's something else to talk about. So that's the first thing. The second thing is when it comes to what to eat prior and before, what I want you to think about is that you need energy to work out. So that's usually before. Having some sort of carb before your workout is usually a good idea, right? That could be anything. That could be a granola bar, that could be a banana, that could be literally just anything to give you a little bit of glucose before your workout, because that's what you're going to use that energy. After workout is usually a good time to take your protein in, right? Your muscles are open, the blood vessels to your muscles are open. That's a good time for protein to come in. So we usually say like the first hour after a workout is a really good time to get your protein in. In terms of what supplements, there's only 2 supplements that I would say that maybe most people need to take. One is going to be vitamin D. One is because we are melanin, right? We have pigment in our skin tone, so we are not absorbing from the sun like other people do because it has to cross our skin. So vitamin D is probably the one that I think most Black people need to take in, and then magnesium for healthy muscles, bones, joint, and health with sleep. And it's just one that we can't readily get from our food as much. If you have to eat like a log salmon or like a pound of almonds in order for you to get as much magnesium as you need. So those would be the only 2 that I would say everybody needs to take. Everything else is kind of your goal dependent. So creatine is good. I take creatine, right? Because I'm looking to build muscle. I'm getting into like menopausal or perimenopausal years, probably in the next couple of years. So I want my muscle. I want to gain a lot of muscle. So I do take that. But I would, again, those type of things, that's when it becomes a little bit niche and becomes a little bit towards what your goal is going to be. So that's a great question. We have 2 hands, one over here and one over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask that. If too much eating of protein shake causes a bad side effect. Also, does it really help to do?
Does protein help to gain weight? Okay, so the gain weight question is it's tricky because I know that a lot of people will say, okay, I'm going to drink the protein shakes to gain weight if you have trouble gaining weight, and it's because it's dense in calories, right? So with it being dense in calories, it's an easy way to take in calories because you probably wouldn't be able to eat the amount of food you needed to eat to actually gain the weight. So does it help? Yes. Is it the most nutritious thing to be doing? Is just to be drinking protein? Probably not, because you can have a protein overload. So like I wouldn't say that protein morning, day, night, like, I wouldn't say that we should be having too much, but if you're looking to get in more calories around what you're already eating, it can be helpful to get in more calories. When it comes to gaining weight, a lot of it is genetic. So you could be the person that is going to add another 1,000 calories and you're still not going to gain anything. It's just how God made you. Or you could be the person who it works for. So some of it is genetic based, where we're not going to be able to change what your metabolism is. If that makes sense.
Yeah, so I just wanted to follow up with protein. I see a lot of young people going to the gym, doing bodybuilding, and taking a lot of protein shakes. So what are the negative side effects of that? Because I see a lot of them, they don't follow up with the family doctor, doing a lot of to see how to control protein, because of the liver and the kidneys. So
yes, so that's exactly what it is your body can only process so much of one thing. And our processing systems are livers and our liver and our kidney. So if we are overloading those systems to the point where they cannot process anymore, you can do damage to those systems, right? Protein and protein shake is not the first way that our body knows how to break down protein. It's really going to be like whole food proteins, right? These are proteins that we're putting together chemically. Again, they're not bad. I take a protein shake, they're not bad, but I don't think they should be your first line of defense as it pertains to protein. And anything that overloads the system makes the system work harder, and we don't want that.
You mentioned that the warm-up and the cool-down are like the 2 most important. So can you talk a little bit about the cool-down, the cool-down, or how long it should be?
Yeah, perfect. That's a good question. So for the cool-down now, we've worked out, we've warmed up, we did all of our things, whether it was our strength, our cardio, whatever it may be. Now we're ideally, with those people who were talking about stretching, this is where we're looking to stretch. So this is what your cool-down is. If you just did something that your heart rate is really high, the first thing I just tell people to do is just walk. Just walk around, let your heart rate come up. Like sometimes some people just put your hands on your head, allows you to get more oxygen in. Start just getting your heart rate down to where you need it to be. The second thing you want to do is stretch. So we stretched and we held it for 10 seconds. Ideally, 10 seconds is not doing it, right? So your muscles actually need a length of time to start to remember the length that you're putting into it. So stretching is us lengthening lengthening our muscles, right? So ideally, I say hold stretch for about 30 seconds. I know you did 10 seconds without you want to just flow over here today, but you want to hold it longer. You want to breathe into your stretches. And I always say with every breath, see if you can go a little bit more into your stretch. So let's say you're doing just like our triceps, and maybe you can get to like mid-back level. And you're holding it and you're breathing, and then maybe you get a little bit deeper, right? So breathing, stretching, bringing the heart rate down, that's going to be the cool down. You don't want to just do deadlifts or whatever, and we're just going to jump right into the car. You're going to literally pry yourself out of that car, right? You want to give your muscles some ability to stretch. Not saying that if you stretch, you're not going to have any soreness, because exercise literally is tearing the muscle and putting down new muscle, so there's going to be a little bit of inflammation, a little bit of soreness, but it will help with the recovery process. All right. I think that is all the questions. Thank you guys so much for participating. Thank you for being so active. It was amazing. I hope you guys got something from this session. And I'm around. You'll see me. It was my first aid kit. If you have any more questions or you want to talk about something. I also want to highlight the medical team needs members. So if you are in any health and wellness profession, we are looking for team members. We would love to have a whole medical team department when we come to convention, where we're just set up and we're taking shifts. We have sessions. We'll be having our first session in September. We need members, psychologists, nutritionists, personal trainers. Don't think you need to be a doctor or a nurse. We want literally any health and wellness profession because we want to cover an array of topics. So if you would like to join the medical team, please come and see me because we are looking for members. Thank you. Okay. We are going into our Bible reading session, but sorry, I didn't bring the paper up, so I'm just going to run it down with my bag. And if I can get the team that's doing the game with us to come up. Okay, so we have a lot of people in here, and we're going to change up how we initially were going to run the game, so just so it runs a little bit smoother. So the ushers gave us a count of about 300 people in the room. And we need 4 teams. So I'm going to kind of divide the room into 4. Okay? So Cynthia is going to put up some papers on the wall. And I'm going to go around and divide the team into 4. So you guys are going to be at station 1. So everyone from here forward. Okay? I'm going to divide the middle too. So everyone from here forward, you're going to be at station 1. Okay? Everybody from this chair backwards, you're going to be at station 2. Is that you have 2? You're going to be at station 2. Okay? And then let's divide this. Everybody from, let's go here forward. You guys are team 3. Okay, so your number is your team. You're team 3. Okay? And then everyone from here backwards, team 4. Okay? So the middle now, you guys are going to go to team 1. So everyone from here forward, you're going to go with team 1. Okay? Everyone from here to, let's say, right here, you guys are going to join team 2. Okay? And then everyone from here to here, you guys are going to go to 3. And then the rest of the room, you guys are going to be with 4. Okay? There are prizes. Good prizes. So, for the top 3 winners, you're starting as a team, but then you're going to work down to individuals. So there are prizes. So let's start moving towards your number. Okay, so
Shameful, boy. Drinking water?
okay, so can we get everyone just kind of moving towards their direction? Yanu and Zion, you can go to wherever, yeah, so that you can kind of take your team with you. Okay, so we are playing a Bible quiz relay. So the goal is that you are going to, at every station, there's going to be a different game you're going to play. We are looking for the team that comes out with the most points. So we're going to tally your points from station 1, station 2, station 3, station 4. The top team is now then going to compete against each other in order to get the prize. We have a prize for first place, second place, and third place. Okay? So start moving towards your side, and the person who's leading your game will tell you what you're doing. Okay? So you're going to have to actually get up that and move towards your side. So you have to cover your hands. She's doing game number 1.